Alright my friends, welcome back to the channel. Another great fight to talk about. Tony El Cucuy Ferguson versus Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. Great fight. These guys are really similar in many ways. Pretty much just announced. Let's dive into it. Alright, so first let's start with Tony Ferguson. El Cucuy is a black belt under Eddie Bravo, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. Very crafty on the ground, very wily. Great scrambles. One of his signature moves or chokes is the Darce choke. He's really tricky with them. He seems to find them in various positions and scrambles. Pretty dangerous with those Darce chokes. Tony is a buzzsaw on the feet. Punches, kicks, knees, elbows, you name it. Non-stop, just comes at you. Moves forward. Certainly not afraid to take a shot to give you three. That's Ferguson's style. That's what makes him exciting. That's what makes him a fan favorite. Tony shows up to finish and to fight. In Ferguson's last fight, he lost against Justin Gaethje. No shame there, Gaethje is a monster. It was, however, a pretty brutal loss. I don't think any of us have ever seen Tony Ferguson take that kind of damage. But it also showcased his diamond chin. Damn, Tony might have the best chin in mixed martial arts of all time. He's in that argument. Before that Gaethje loss, Ferguson was on a 12-fight win streak. I believe that's a record at lightweight. A lot of stoppages within that 12-fight streak. Tony is without a doubt one of the greatest lightweights of all time and one of the greatest fighters we've ever seen in the UFC. He's 36 years old right now, which is not necessarily ancient, but a lot of times with fighters, it's the mileage, not the age. And that last fight, it must have taken a lot out of Ferguson, but we'll find out in his next fight. Charles Oliveira, killing it right now. Also a black belt in BJJ, 3rd degree. Really technical and dangerous on the mat. He has striking, has really come into his own on the feet. Right now, Oliveira's on a 7-fight win streak. 7 finishes. A mixture of TKOs, KOs, submissions. Super impressive. Oliveira has really turned a corner in his career. Back in UFC 218 and prior, his record was pretty spotty. He was winning fights, he was losing fights, it didn't look good, but something clicked, something changed. Could be the return to lightweight. Whatever it is, Oliveira has looked great. Okay guys, so the matchup. How could this fight possibly play out in that UFC cage? I don't like to waste time in breakdowns. I like to get right to the point, kind of speak on who I favor. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, Tony Ferguson, 100% fighting at his best abilities, wins this fight. I feel like Oliveira has similarities to Ferguson. The striking's comparable. Oliveira may be a little bit more technical, just by a little, but Ferguson is relentless on the feet, throws a nice mixture of strikes, and breaks a lot of guys standing with his pressure and his crazy cardio. Speaking of cardio, I give the slight edge to Tony. I don't think cardio is an issue for Oliveira, and I don't think it'll be an issue in this fight, but ultimately I do give the edge to Tony. Ferguson has some of the best cardio we've ever seen in the UFC. Few guys can match that pace or his cardio. Maybe guys like Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman, the Diaz brothers, not too many guys. The ground battle pretty much might be a wash. I think both of these guys are really talented on the ground, slightly different styles. I think Oliveira is a little bit more traditional, not necessarily more technical, but more traditional on the ground. Tony likes to take chances. The 10th Planet style is pretty innovative. They do some pretty wild things. But yeah, the ground battle, I don't necessarily see either having an advantage. Maybe if somebody gets rocked, fatigued, that's a different story. But again, pretty even. I think this fight's going to come down to determination, heart, the stand-up, who's more durable, and who wants it more. Oliveira's hungry. He's in a great spot in his career. Tony was doing phenomenal. He was the people's champ for a long time. Losing to Gaethje, no shame in that whatsoever. Justin Gaethje's a monster, and he can starch anybody on the feet. Ferguson took so many shots. I honestly never seen anything like that, and he still didn't get knocked out. But how much does a fight like that take from you? It's gotta affect your chin. It's gotta take years off your fight career. So how's Tony going to look upon his return against Oliveira? Because Oliveira is no joke. If you look at their records and opponents, I personally think that Tony has fought better people. I think again, pound for pound, skill for skill, Tony's the better overall fighter. But how's he going to come back? It's only one bad loss in years and one bad loss after a 12-fight win streak. He may pretty much come back as the Tony Ferguson we know. And if he does, I expect him to win this fight. I think he would put the pressure on Oliveira. I think he would take his best shots. I don't think he's going to be affected by what Oliveira does on the ground. I don't necessarily see Oliveira being able to take him down. So I think in a lot of ways, it's a tough fight for Charles Oliveira. But Tony's only going to win if he has that same durability, if his heart's still in it, and if he puts that pressure on Do Bronx. So final pick for this fight, I'm going to have some faith in Tony Ferguson. I think he comes back with that fire, wanting to prove a point, and hopefully he comes back close to 100% so we have a great fight. But final pick, Tony Ferguson. I'm going to say I favor Tony 70-30. We're going to have to see what happens. Charles Oliveira can certainly win this fight in several ways. After the damage that Tony took from Gaethje, his chin may be affected, so it shouldn't be too shocking if Oliveira stops him via TKO. Shouldn't be shocking if he submits Tony, if Tony's rocked. It happens. Certainly he could win a decision, but I just think style-wise and what they bring to the table, how they do fight, I see Tony taking this. But you guys let me know in the comment section who wins this fight and why. Is Oliveira going to get a big win, or are we going to see Tony Ferguson back on track? Thanks for watching the video, guys. If this is your first time at the channel and you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that sub button. Like and share the video, helps the channel grow. Appreciate you guys as always, and until the next segment, guys, you all take care.